It's the Steve Allen Show. From the Steve Allen Playhouse on Pine Street in the heart of Hollywood, we bring you 90 minutes of madness and melody with guest stars Mel Torme, Jenny Smith, songwriter Sammy Fain, log roller Diane Ellison, musical bicyclist Frank Zappa, Don Brenner and his orchestra, and yours truly, Johnny J.
Steve, we not only have the prettiest girls in the audience here at the Steve Allen Show, but also you'll have to admit some of the strangest musical instruments. And this gentleman plays perhaps the strangest of them all. He plays the bicycle, and his name is Frank Zappa. Thank you.
You actually play a bicycle?
Yeah.
Are you in the Musicians Union?
No.
Do you play any other musical instrument, anything more conventional, perhaps?
Guitar, vibes, bass, and drums.
Guitar, vibes, bass, drums, and bicycle. That's bicycle will travel from his bass to his drums to his guitar. How did you happen to pick up your first bicycle?
I was discussing this before with some of the people backstage. I believe that a lot of the people have actually played bicycles from time to time. When they're young, they take a piece of cardboard and a clothespin and attach it to the rear wheel, and when it goes around, it makes that noise, and you're playing a bicycle then.
Oh, I see. You mean when they pretend they have a little motor and make it sound like a motorbike. Yes, we've all done that. Well, is that what you do? You make a motorbike noise? I see a couple of bikes over here. Perhaps we'd better go over and demonstrate and show them what you do. Frank Zappa, Z-A-P-P-A, huh? Well, here we are, friends. Stereo bikes. And you have a... What are these tools in your hands?
These pair of Louis Bellson-style drumsticks and a bass bow that I borrowed from your bass man in the back.
Louis Bellson-style drumsticks. Does Louis know what you're doing with them?
I don't think he'd approve very much.
How long have you been playing bike, Frank?
About 2 weeks.
He probably was selling insurance or something, and he thought, what's something real jerky that'll get me on the Steve Allen Show? Playing bicycle. What could be sillier than that? And he did it, and here we are. That's probably how it happened. You really only been playing 2 weeks?
Yes.
What do you do ordinarily besides this?
I'm a composer.
Ah. Might we be familiar with any of your songs as yet?
Well, you will be familiar with some of my songs as of next week, but I did the score for The World's Greatest Sinner.
And who might that be? Tommy Manville or who? Tell us about that.
That's the name of the film. It's the world's worst movie, and I did the music for it.
The World's Greatest Sinner?
Yes. It's a Tim Carey production, Frenzy Productions.
Frenzy Productions.
It's an independent company.
They all are these days, the way things are going. But,
they shot at Mel Monte.
So they... Listen, they shot my agent, Mel Monte. You know, that could happen to anybody. Who's in it?
Tim Carey and a cast of 1,000 people that he found down on Main Street someplace.
The World's Greatest Sinner. Does Tim play the title role?
Yes.
And you wrote the score for that. What instrumentation did you use? 3 harmonicas and a bicycle, or what?
Well, we had a 55-piece orchestra, and we had a very unusual reed section. We had...
They couldn't read.
We had contrabass clarinet, 4 bassoons, 2 oboes, English horn, 4 flutes and piccolo, 4 trumpets, 4 horns, and 4 trombones, and a tuba, and I forget, there's a bunch of...
And a partridge in a pear tree. Well, it sounds like a very interesting inventory.
We recorded it in the Chaffey College Little Theater in Altaloma, California. Of course,
it was a runaway production then, wasn't it? Right down the line.
For 12 hours we recorded it.
Well, we'll look forward to that. Now, as for the job of the moment, you want to play the New Departure Blues, or exactly what are you going to play on us here? I'll just let you show us what happens.
The first thing that I should do is demonstrate to you the different types of sounds that you can get from a bicycle, because it actually does make some very interesting sounds, and of course that's what we're all interested in.
There's new sounds, yes. Like buck, 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 buck.
That's one of the sounds that you can...
Yes. Oh, you have a microphone down there, I see.
Well, I'll need this microphone to pick up the next sound. It's you have to hold it right there.
All right.
Hold right here.
Hold it right here. Hello? I'm sorry, you'll have to leave a message. He's not here right now. That's pretty good. Oh, there's a hole in these things, isn't there? Did you? Were you just whistling through there?
No,
what would happen if you tried?
You blow air.
You just blow air, and did it whistle? Can I blow air and it'll whistle?
Blow real easy.
Oh, you blow easy? Yeah, man. All right, hold it. One more time. And that concludes my arrangement of on a bicycle go for two. When you get home tonight, friends, try this on your own bicycle. When you don't have a lot of wiseacres around. What else?
Well, the next thing that I'd like to demonstrate is some of the other noises possible, and then I'd like to have you participate with me in a small improvisation for two bicycles, pre-recorded tape, and instrumental ensemble.
Crazy.
Okay, now here's what else you can do. You can pluck the spokes like a harp.
Sounds like the Kyoto of Japan. I can play my nose. Really, do that again. I mean that other thing.
And then, as I was demonstrating before, you can run the sticks over the spokes in a rapid motion. This produces the...
That spoke stick.
Yeah, it's similar to the effect of the cardboard in the clothespin.
Like the steel drums of Jamaica and Trinidad.
You can also bang on the frame, and if you're lucky enough to have a bicycle that has a squeaking seat, you can squeak the seat up.
Exploding handlebar, you can explode the handlebar. That premise is granted. There's no limit to what you can do.
Well, would you help me with this, please?
I'll be glad to accompany you. Looks rather uncomfortable to sit on, I must say.
Well, there's a different technique for the upside-down bicycle.
Oh?
First thing you do is you put the kickstand down.
I'm glad to hear that.
You can turn the wheels around, you know, and then...
Yeah.
And then you can put the brakes on.
Yeah.
And
Where it says 4-bar rest, you just give it a little of that.
and I'll have you put the bow on here. So you go like that. You take this, please. And
That's like fingernails on the blackboard, as far as
now, this may be a little bit new to you, but I think that...
it doesn't come up in the ordinary conversation.
Well, I should suggest that you alternate between bowing and plucking.
And Aerojet. Those are two air plants here in the neighborhood.
You should bow it and pluck it, and if you can scratch across the
Bow
the
it and
basket,
pluck it.
The basket, yeah. Now, the whole idea that we're going to do here in this improvised concerto for two bicycles, pre-recorded tape, and the musicians in the back, is that you're supposed to express yourself freely without any kind of... you have to let your front down, and... You have to just feel your way through it, because you're completely released. You're a composer yourself, and know that the standard method of notation is very difficult, you know.
I ignore it.
Yeah. Well, this will help. Now,
You write the music on a road map for this thing.
now,
That's how Route 66 was written. You think I'm kidding? I am kidding, but not too successfully. And go ahead.
I got to tell the man in the control booth who is ready to run the tape, if he would just give me a quick blast of the tape so we can get started. All right. Now, the tape is pre-recorded electric noises that I stuck together. I gave my wife a clarinet and told her to play it, and she doesn't play a clarinet. And then,
Doesn't even have a wife. How do you like that?
and then I did some electric things to it, and it's very interesting. You'll hear a woman singing in there someplace, and I recorded that off the radio. I stuck it in. But now, the way we work this is, when the man in the control booth feels moved to add his electronic part to our work here, he will throw a little switch, which just lets some of this noise through, and then I request of the musicians that if they feel so moved, make any noise possible on your instrument. Try and refrain from musical tones. In fact,
They won't have any trouble with that order.
if it would be possible for you
The
to,
regular way, fellas. I'm sorry.
if it would be possible for you to put some sort of objects on the strings of the piano, you'll get. That's good. I prefer you to play it that way.
All season long, Don.
All right. Now we'll start.
Are we on?
Well, this part of it was white as snow, and everywhere that no, this part of it, he told me to recite a poem while this was going on.
Sorry.
Yeah. Boy stood on the burning deck.
Ruth rode on my cycle car on a seat in back of me. I took a bump at 95 and rode on ruthlessly. That's the end. That's 32 bars. We're playing like we went to 32 bars tonight, you know? Well, Mr. Zappa? I must say that I'm always in favor of enlarging the horizons, at least in peering anxiously beyond the horizons of any field of human endeavor or interest, and therefore I congratulate you on your farsightedness. And as for your music, don't ever do it around here again. No, seriously, it was a very amusing and entertaining and stimulating experiment. Is there anything you'd like to say in closing?
Yes, I would. Next week, a record is being released called "How's Your Bird?"
Really?
Yes, I brought a dub of it over here. I don't think you've heard it yet, and it's go and buy it. It's wonderful.
Crazy.
It's got everything but a bicycle in it.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Zappa. Thank you. You know, that music sounds a little bit like the music that a very gifted Thought I sat on the pie there for a minute. Woo, that was a close one, folks. You could have had me that time. I wasn't looking for you. You did. No, Alwyn Nicolai is his name, a very gifted choreographer. I'll go to that mic. Very gifted choreographer. We used to use him on the show when we were on Sunday evenings. And he does his own music. I guess music is the best word they can find for it, and it sounds very much like that. He plays tin cans backwards and records them at strange tape speeds. And then to this strange conglomeration of sounds, he creates dances, choreography. And he's really a genius in his particular field. I guess we must have to let somebody around the country talk right now. Another Sammy Fain song will be performed for you in just a moment. Great song, Secret Love, will be sung by Jenny Smith, and then after that we'll be getting Sammy out, and we have a few other surprises, I guess, even to me. Hurry right back.